Hello, I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. Alright, today's video is kind of a random one, but to be honest, I actually heard this word for the first time last week. And when I found out that it was like a thing, like obviously I thought that some people would do it, but I didn't realize it was such a thing that a lot of people do. So when I found out about it, I was like, oh, I guess maybe I should share my thoughts. So that's what I'm here today. We're gonna talk about cross-watching. As you can see, I do have my cards here because I kind of just want to talk through this, but I also don't want you guys to just stare at a blank background. So as I talk about this, I'm just going to go through and kind of show you all my cards. I guess I should show you. This is the Ethereal Visions deck by Matt Hughes. I absolutely love this deck. It was my first tarot deck. I have a video talking more in depth about my tarot, my readings, but also the cards that I use. So I'm not going to get too much into that. That's not what this video is about, but I do have a link to that. But these cards are so pretty. I thought you might just want to take a look at them while I talk. So anyway, so what is cross-watching? For those of you who don't know, it's basically watching readings about other people, like that are intended for other people. So like, I don't know, if you have like a partner and you know that they're, I have a Gemini sun that came out the other day. So, and you know they're a Gemini sun, so you like watch their reading to see what it says, with or without them knowing. Okay, first of all, major disclaimer with all of this, do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Whatever, I mean, obviously when it comes to anything spiritual, you should go with your gut. You should go with what feels right to you, your intuition. That said, listening to your intuition is a skill that you need to build. A very important skill I think everybody should build. But anyway, so I also want to mention that there's a really big difference between like just watching a YouTube video that are like mine, that are general readings, and getting your own personal reading done. That's two very different things when we're talking about this particular topic. I mean, if you were to get a private reading with a tarot reader and ask about somebody, that's not an issue. That's would be my suggestion. We're just specifically talking about watching YouTube readings that are meant for a general audience, but you're watching it for somebody else, not for yourself. Does that make sense? So let me collect my thoughts. Hold on. I thought for a while about what I wanted to say for this video. I just want to make sure that I'm saying this all right, because I also am well aware of the fact that people watch these kinds of videos for all kinds of reasons. And unfortunately, a lot of times people watch these kinds of videos out of desperation because they don't know where else to turn to and they just need some kind of answer. And I'm well aware of that. So again, like I said, I don't necessarily want to just like tell you what to do and what not to do. However, there is a lot of misinformation when it comes to tarot, and a lot of people who are very happy and willing to take advantage of those who are desperate and are just looking for some kind of answer. So my goal with this video is to just give you information about what might be helpful and what might not be helpful. Do whatever you want, but this is just my perspective. So, okay, with all of that being said, I, in general, would not suggest cross-watching. And let me tell you why. With these general readings, I say all the time in my videos, they are general. There is still a level of interpretation that you need to do for yourself. I mean, again, for example, with some of my readings, they could be about like a relationship or they could be about work. And it's up to you to kind of decide like, oh yeah, this is about my work life, or oh yeah, this is about my current relationship, or oh, I think this is about my past relationship. But like, there's still that level that you have to do. Again, with a personal reading, not the case at all. But with these general readings, and not just mine, any general reading, I don't care what anybody tells you, any general reading like this will not be just 100% direct. There's still some sort of interpreting you have to do. And if anybody's telling you different, they're lying to you. But anyway, so when you're cross-watching, you are using your own intuition, I guess, or just making an educated guess about how that reading applies to somebody else. Now, I think if we're talking about somebody who you know really well, like maybe like a spouse or a partner or your children or something like that, where you know them inside and out, maybe you know them better than they know themselves, that would be like the one exception to me, in my opinion, where I think cross-watching could be helpful. But I mean, if you're just, I don't know, if you have a crush on somebody at school and you're like trying to cross-watch to see if they like you back, like, I'm sorry, but it's just not good information. It's not helpful. And that doesn't, let me say too, that also doesn't mean you can't do it just for fun. That's whatever. Again, the point of this is to tell you what is good and helpful information and what is not. And I'm sorry, it probably will not be good and helpful information. There's a good chance that you will misinterpret or misunderstand. And that's okay, because that's just how this all works. You know, that's the point of these general readings, is to give you some sort of clarity, some sort of something to help you. But it's just impossible for me to be super specific and give everybody all of their answers that they need, because it's just not the nature of these readings. That's just not how it works. I pick up on general energies for everything. You know what I mean? And I mean, I will say that this kind of conversation does kind of lead into a whole other conversation about who are good people who are good people to trust and who are not good to trust, who is just trying to take advantage of others and lying and scamming. But that's not what I'm trying to talk about today. All I'll say on that is just how important it is for you all to use discernment and critical thinking. You know, I personally believe that the people who are lying and who are fake make it very obvious that they're lying and they're fake. So That's my opinion. They actually are pretty bad at hiding it. But that goes for me too. It's very much my responsibility to be held accountable for the information that I put out there and just what I put out into the world in general. So I guess, as weird as it sounds, I do encourage you guys to second guess what I say for the sake of having a healthy level of skepticism, because you should have that for everything. Oh, I put these ones out of order a little bit. That's fine. But I also want to say too, and this doesn't get said enough, but anybody can do tarot. I think it's a very helpful skill to have. I mean, if there's anybody who tells you that they have all the answers and you need to pay them a ton of money to get those answers, just keep in mind that you can learn how to do it yourself. Anybody can learn how to do tarot. If you really want some insight into other people, I suggest just learning how to do it yourself. Literally anybody can. I mean, I started learning tarot how long ago? 2.5. It was fall of 2021. Whenever that was. I can't do math right now. So you can do it yourself. I'm here on YouTube because I'm really good at doing tarot and because I just put the time and effort into learning it. But again, I just think that's an important thing that doesn't get said enough. Anybody can learn how to do tarot. It's not just this. I compare it to singing, right? Like, yeah, I think there are some people who are born with more privileges to learn how to sing. You know, some people are born with more intuition to do tarot, things like that. And like, yes, there are those like more natural factors, but at the end of the day, if you want to learn how to do something, you just put the time and effort into doing it. And tarot's just like anything else. So anyway, I'm not trying to get off track. My point is, if you want to cross watch, go ahead and do it. I mean, obviously, it would be easy enough for me to tell you that it's totally fine because that would just get me more views. So I'm certainly do what you want, but I will tell you, it's probably not going to be the best information. It might not really be that helpful. Again, unless you really, really thoroughly know the person, even then, it still takes a lot of intuition and being good at listening to your intuition. So I think that's all my thoughts. If you disagree, feel free to let me know. I'm very open to hearing other people's opinions. And I thought about this for like a solid week. Like, because I knew I wanted to make this video, but I was like, how do I say this? What do I really think about it? So if you disagree, feel free to let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Otherwise, as always, if you have any questions or if you would like, I guess I was going to say if you'd like anything clarified, but whatever. If you have any questions, if you want to talk about it, let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me. Best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok. These last two cards here are not official, I guess, not the traditional tarot cards. They're just two that are specific to this deck. The Well and the Artist. So anyway, that's the whole deck. I hope you liked going through it. Anyway, all of that. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to talk, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. Yeah, and that's about it. Back to our regularly scheduled programming, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye!